demands your attention. In 2018, Marquis Jalen Brown fell 16 floors to his death from a dormitory window at Duquesne University. Police reportedly arrived at 10:30 p.m. to investigate a disturbance, but when they attempted to speak with Brown, he ran toward a window and jumped out. His mother, Danielle Brown, doesn't buy it, and she's right to question it because it really doesn't make sense. No body cams, half of the window he fell from was still intact, and they allowed Brown's roommate to remain in the room following the incident, compromising the crime scene. Duquesne University will do just about everything except answer her questions. Danielle Brown is on day 245 of a hunger strike, in a plea for answers, subsisting off of only water combined with nutrients. No solid foods. For perspective, Cesar Chavez lasted 36 days, and Gandhi's longest strike was 116. Realistically, Danielle Brown will die from the hunger strike, and she is resolved in this fact. But if we boosted this story and got Duquesne to reopen the investigation, she might not die in vain.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty. Right before you is the mother of Marquise Brown, the 21-year-old student athlete who has a very mysterious death that she believes could possibly be foul play. It could possibly be suicide. She feels as if though she was not giving the answers as to what really happened. So she chose to go on a hunger strike, a very prolonged and dangerous hunger strike. Right here it says she was 240 days into a hunger strike, where she was admitted to the hospital. Now, hunger strikes can be obviously dangerous, but the consequences, hearing loss, blindness, seizures, heart problems, there can just be a host of things which can happen. Going that long, we can only hope that she does not have any type of irreplaceable damage and complications that can last her a lifetime. Understandably, a mother's grief can put her into a state of wanting to do what she feels is best for her son. Now, this is not going to be a criticism video. Some of you may take it that way. I'm not going to criticize a mother who lost her son, but I will say this. I do not believe that a hunger strike is the best way to go about trying to find answers. This can result in death. If she were to die, who's going to fight like a mother can? If this results in her having some type of long-term damage, irreplaceable, damage, that, irreversible, I should say, and she's not able to do the job that she wanted to do before she went on this hunger strike, what good would it have brought you to harm your own body? And we have to look at this too. She did the hunger strike because she wanted police to give her answers. Okay, you want a white racist system to give you, a black woman, answers. So what you're going to do and what you concluded to do was to go on a hunger strike. Okay, I just want to read something here. On her 26th day of her hunger strike, a woman protesting the death of her son was taken to the hospital. Danielle Brown has been suffering from migraines, and she's had a seizure this morning. She's been refusing to eat in an attempt to get police to take a closer look at her son's death. Police say Marquise Brown died after jumping from a 16th floor of a dorm building on the campus of Deaconess University. This is her son who either jumped or could have been foul play. We don't really know. But you would never know if you went on a hunger strike and you took your life. A black woman in America. And what do they say about black women? The most disrespected, respected, neglected, unprotected woman in America. Did she really think that people would care if she were to die from this hunger strike? If she died from a hunger strike, who's going to fight on like a mother could to get answers to her son's death? I don't believe that her son would want his mother to starve herself to death, to bring possible harm to her body. If something did happen to him, like foul play, he would be urging her to fight on, to go on with life, to bring me justice. So, people have stated that Marquise Brown was acting erratically in a hallway. They called police because of his erratic behavior. And reportedly, he threw a chair at the window or out of the window. So he was throwing things around. You know, it could have been a psychotic episode. He could have been on drugs. He could have had mental illness problems. It could have been a host of things. But she seems to believe that it was some type of foul play. I guess she's not getting the answers that she wants. And I'm not trying to criticize her at all, though. But that's the reason why she went on the hunger strike. But I just don't think that's the best way to go about doing this. So, here's the thing now. There's a silver lining at the end of this. Because I don't think it was the best way to go about trying to bring answers to a loved one's death. I don't think it's the best way to try to go about fighting for them. And apparently, she did not think so.
Of a Duquesne University student who died back in 2018 has ended a months-long hunger strike. Danielle Brown started it as she was seeking answers about the death of her son, Marquise Jalen Brown. He fell from a 16th-floor dorm. The end of the hunger strike coincides with the launching of a new foundation in her son's name.
We're here to not only assist colleges, but also students, and giving them a safe platform to report injustices that are happening on their campus through a program called USIOs, University Social Injustice Observers.
Danielle Brown was recently released from the hospital after being treated for malnutrition in connection with her hunger strike.
So there you go. The hunger strike is over. Now she can go ahead and fight in full force to find out the truth as to what really happened to her son. And I'm sure that he's very proud of her. And this is what he would want. For her to live a life after this tragedy where she can be fulfilled, at least have some type of fulfillment, because the grief is not anything that she's ever going to get over. She would just have to learn to live with it. But you don't want to live with complications that you bring upon yourself by harming your body. So, silver lining is that hunger strike is over. She can go in and be a force in other areas too. If it was mental illness, she can help students with mental illness, how to deal with it. If it was some type of a foul play or crime, there could be legislation which she can fight for. Who knows? She can even run for some type of political office. a victim of crimes have done that. But you cannot do that if you're dead. So lesson learned. I understand that grief is very powerful, but also it's very powerful for us to want to move on and forward, to fight for justice for our loved ones. That's very powerful too. And we can only do that if we are alive. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is another edition of Seeing Beyond and Through with Monty, and I will see you beyond and through.